Oh yay, different view. You see my kitchen now. Anyways, so I'm just kind of making a video because so I've started the second semester, so as you've seen, my upload rate has gone down because hey, it's school. Um, so something I was just thinking about. I'm kind of relaxing today. Got my homework done, so now I'm like, relax. But anyways, so I, have free thinking and ideas and shit. So in my class, there is this girl who is utterly obsessed with Doctor Who. Everything she wears, she has this stupid TARDIS hat, and it's not like a cap or anything. It's like a knit, four-angled thing. Anyways, every day she wears a different Doctor Who printed T-shirt, and she saw my pentacle and she thought it was a nerdy thing for some reason, and said, "Oh, I have this TARDIS because she's sexy," and I'm like, okay. Now, anyone who knows me, I am Whovian, but I'm not like an obsessive Whovian. I'm more obsessed about things like comic books and Skullduggery Plus and even more, and things like that. But I still enjoy Doctor Who, and I still have like nerdy stuff for Doctor Who. But thing is that when it comes to, I'm a very passionate and huge nerd, but I'm passionately nerdy about a lot of things. And I like horror, I like action, I like comedy, I like strange things, I like sci-fi, I like fantasy, and I'm obsessively interested in multiple things. It's not just the one thing, and one tangent. But then there's those people who define themselves by only one thing, and that always perplexes me because I'm like, how do you not get sick of that one thing? Because I've gotten into kind of like obsessive things about things, and then I've gotten really sick of them, and then I don't want anything to do with them anymore. So like these people spend years and years obsessed with this one thing, and I don't understand how anyone can do that. And more often than not, like something that I call a descriptor of a bad writer, or a telltale sign of a bad writer, is when a character is, only has one defining characteristic, or has very few defining characteristics. Oftentimes they play off the nerd as just, being a Trekkie or Dehuvian or one thing that they're interested in instead of the reality of it being interested. Most nerds are passionately interested about multiple things. So, it's weird because whenever I see it happen in real life, I get kind of, the fuck? Like, how the fuck? You're a real human being. You're not just, you know, popping in every now and then for a book or a TV show or whatever. But you're a real human being living through 24 hours, well, minus sleep, a day, 7 days a week, 12 months of the year, everything else, and you're obsessed, and you're spending your free fiction indulging time obsessed with this one thing. I just don't understand how your brain can, like, how, and it's also like when these people who aren't obsessed with anything, they don't care about anything, and I mean, I'm talking about like I'm not just talking about people like nerdy stuff, people that love certain type of books, even if it's something I find really lame, they're interested in like a celebrity bullshit and all that crap, or whatever else, they're like passionately into something, or they just love to spend their time learning, or whatever else. Or whatever they're passionate about something and they spend a lot of their time obsessing over it or indulging it quite a bit. If people who don't have that sort of thing, I'm like, what do you do with your time then? Like, huh? And like, I don't understand how everyone has the same. I feel like I've said this in a previous video. I might have, but anyways, everyone has the same amount of time, roughly, to do things and to fill their space with it. And I mean, mine is full. I'm drawing, I'm learning, because I love educational videos and stuff on YouTube, which is why I'm known as the girl with 1,000 random facts. Every time my friends like, every time I hang out with you, I learn at least one new thing. So anyways, I'm reading books and comic books, watching movies and TV shows, and like there's these people who like don't do any of that shit, and I'm like, what do you do with your time then? They say, well, I'm too busy working, and I'm like, yeah, but you don't work every waking hour. Like, you have free time. What do you do with your free time? And they're like, you don't do anything, and I'm like, the hell? You don't create? You don't absorb? Like, I understand. Okay, you got sports. You're doing physical activity. That's fine. But like, people who just don't use their free time to do anything. It's like it feels like I don't understand how that's possible. Maybe it's because like I'm always learning and reading and watching and drawings and writing and everything else. So it's like constant. I'm like it's kind of like when I hear that, the joke about the guys in their nothing box, even though it has been proven that men and women's brains aren't that different. Men, it more depends on how they were upraised and their genetics and blah blah blah. Is more influence than gender on how you think and what you think about. Anyways, but the joke about the nothing box, like the thinking about nothing that guys apparently can do, I'm like, how the fuck does that work? How the hell do you do that? I wish I could do that, but I'm trying to fall asleep at night. God damn it. Anyways, but I just don't. I guess because my brain is just so hyperactive and constantly needing stimuli, I don't understand when people can't. Which I guess, yeah, I have been diagnosed with ADHD, so yeah, I'm constantly in need of stimuli, or to the point where I create my own stimuli through drawing and writing. But I guess other people don't need as much stimuli, so that's why they don't need to indulge in things. They don't need to consume, pieces of fiction or even reality or whatever else. It's, I guess, yeah, maybe I'm answering my own question. But I just can't comprehend it, I suppose, because I've only had experience of my own and my family members and my friends, since family members' genetics are similar, so haha, and friends, people I surround myself with tend to be these kinds of people. They all have that same sort of thing where like they like can't, they're multifaceted and interested in all sorts of different things. Like I don't understand brain freaking what the fuck. Moving on. Goodbye.